Thank you, Andrea, for that intro. I really appreciate it. Just a little bit about myself. My name is Brian Flores, like she just said. I was born in Brooklyn, New York, so I'm a New Yorker, like all you guys there. Um, I went to Boston College here in New England. I was an English major. I got my master's in administrative studies there. Um, and I've been working with the Patriots really since I graduated. So I graduated in May, let's call it May 15th. I started working with the Patriots June 1st. So didn't have much downtime right after I graduated from college. So, but it was good. Um, I've also been involved with CFES since, my first year here in New England, back in 2004. So I've had a lot of involvement. I think the CFES does a great job of working with young people, and I think we have a lot of the same beliefs. I've had a lot of different roles in New England with the Patriots. I started as a scouting assistant, uh, which basically I was getting coffee for people, driving people around. I kind of worked my way up. Then I was an area scout, and then I got into coaching. I coached special teams. I coached on offense. I coached on defense. I'm currently the linebackers coach for the Patriots. And it's been a great. I've been here for some great years. I've been here. This next year will be my 14th season. Um, so it's been great. I was asked to talk about leadership today, which uh, it's kind of near and dear to my heart. I've learned a lot about leadership since I've been here in New England. As a coach or a teacher, like the teachers you guys have here, you kind of automatically take on a leadership role. Um, I've become very comfortable in that role, but that really wasn't always the case, and that's really why I like talking about leadership. Um, it's because like a lot of you guys, or like a lot of people in general, I didn't always see myself as a leader. I know that's kind of hard for people to kind of think, but and that's really the truth. Um, I wasn't a captain of my high school football team, and in high school, obviously, I wasn't a captain. In college, I always kind of tried to stay in the background. I wasn't, you know, boisterous or a big speaker, and I always thought that's what being a leader was. I thought it was, if you weren't loud and had a take charge attitude, you couldn't really lead. Um, and I wasn't that. So, I just kind of thought I was not necessarily a follower, but I was just, you know, someone who did my job and took care of my stuff. And that's really, I was happy with that. Um, but then I was in a meeting with Coach Belichick, it was probably 10 years ago. Um, and he said something that really changed the way I saw myself. He said this. He said this exactly. If you work hard and you put the team first, you're a leader. Um, Again, if you work hard and you put the team first, you're a leader. Um, and that really stuck with me. It stuck with me for a long time. It stays with me now. And he also said, when people see your hard work, they see how you sacrifice for the team. When you speak, they'll listen, even if you don't speak very often. So that stuck with me specifically because I work hard. I do my job. I put the team first. Hey, I'm a leader. Um, and really, since that day, I've kind of grown into a leader as a leader since. It's gave me a lot of confidence, and I've kind of grown in that role really since that day. Um, and hopefully, that's something you guys can take from you know from today. Um, how does that really apply to you guys? You guys are really a team setting. Maybe some of you guys on a basketball team, dance team. I don't know what you guys are involved in, but leadership within a team, like I just said, you work hard, you put the team first. You're leading by example. Everything you do, it kind of resonates with the people around you, and they see what you do. They see how you act. They see how you handle yourself. You're leading, in that way, even if you're not loud and talking, but when you do speak, they'll listen, sure. But for right now, you guys, eighth grade, some, just starting high school, I know we got some seniors, juniors and seniors in high school also. Really, it's really more individual leadership. So we talked about the team leadership, and really individual leadership is really working hard and doing your job. And your guys' job right now is do a great job on your studies. So that's, math class and science and history and buying, and all those classes. That's your job right now. So you need to work hard and do a good job, and that's how you show leadership now at this stage in your life. And when you get older, or I should say this, when you're in a team environment, like I know you guys have some team or group projects, or you're on a basketball team, like I said before, or whatever type of team, then you kind of get into the work hard and put the team first, and you're showing leadership that way. But right now, it's individual for you guys. So it's work hard and do your job. And like I said before, your job right now is to do the best you can, in your school. And it doesn't always mean you're going to get an A in every class. That's not what it means. I know I didn't get A's in every class, that's for sure. But what it does mean is you're working towards doing the right things, and that is showing leadership, guys. I think for me, there's different leadership roles. So, I just talked about my leadership as a coach, or at my job, and that's very different than being a leader with my family. I think there's going to be, I know and some of you guys, you don't have families yet, but now, they're kind of, they go together. So I got to lead my household. I got to teach my boys. I have three kids, 2 boys and a little girl. I just had a little girl. And I got to teach my boys to be kind, to be loving, to be generous. I got to teach my daughter how to, that she has to, how I have to show my boys how to treat their sister, treat their sister like, the queen that she is. And I do that for my wife also. So that's kind of my leadership role in my house, which is different than your leadership in school or on a team or in a work environment, but it's all leadership, and it's all important. I think you guys, just in closing, I think, you guys are off to a great start. I really love CFES. I love that they asked me to speak to you guys. I think it's a great organization. They got a lot of great people there. They do a wonderful job as far as going into schools and, working with young people and trying to help them be the best that they can be, and, reach their really optimum level. I know I talked to, my players about reaching your optimum level. And I think CFES does a lot of the same things as far as trying to help cultivate, good relationships and help you guys succeed in life. So that's where we're at now. Again, work hard, put the team first. Work hard, do your job, put the team first. Those are kind of, the leadership. That's my personal mantra, and that's kind of what I've learned over, the course of, my life so far. And again, I didn't always see myself as a leader, guys. It's something I work towards, but it's something I've gotten a lot better at, and hopefully, you guys can take something from that today. So any questions? Okay, so the first question is from the Peru School. And the question is, hold on, let me pop it. What do you do when a member of the team won't listen? That's a very interesting question. I think each player, each student is a little bit different. You can take a hard stance and start yelling, which I've done that before, no question. You can talk to guys, and try to. I think it's different individually. I think for the most part, I start yelling. That's me. That's kind of my approach. I think guys understand that. I tell my players, if you're sensitive, this is going to be a tough place for you, because I'm not. I try to be. I'm pretty hard on my guys, and I expect a lot. I expect them to not necessarily to play a certain way, to conduct themselves a certain way, and when they don't, they're going to hear from me. So that's what I do when they don't listen. Okay, waiting on the next question. So this one's from Washington, Marion. Give me 1 second. I'll get it to you guys here in a second. What leadership skills do you have to portray as a coach? The first thing for me as a coach is I have to lead by example. So I want my guys in here early, watching film, uh, lifting weights, doing everything to 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 reach their optimum level, as for their bodies, hot tub, cold tub. Then I got to be in here early, watching film, uh, doing the right things. So to me, it's an example thing. The next phase is, I expect a lot from my players. I expect them to really work hard. I expect them to come in here and do, everything possible to help the team win. I expect them to put the team first. I can't have selfish guys in my room. And if you are, selfish, then we're going to have an issue, and I'm going to try to, get that out of you. So that's kind of, the top 3, 4 things I try to portray as a coach. From the Peru School, how did you get so far in life? I think I've been around a lot of great people. I've had a lot of great mentors, a lot of great coaches, a lot of great friends, and that's kind of been my support group. And I would say that along with having 2 great parents, and a great, just family structure has been definitely tremendous, part of my life and my upbringing. And it's why I've done done well so far. But again, I'm still kind of working. I'm still, work in progress. I'm trying to do the best that I can. And while I've done some good things, I'm still working to be better in really all areas. As a coach, as a parent, as a husband, I'm constantly trying to improve. And I think that's part of the reason why things have gone well, is that, I don't kind of rest on my laurels. I try to continue to work and be the best I can. I try to improve every day. The next question is from Bruce students. How do you mentally prepare for leaving and being responsible for a large group of people? That's from the Washington Marion in Louisiana. Well, I think, how do I mentally prepare? I do a lot of, I'm here all the time. So mentally, I know I talk to the players a lot about, the psychological part of the game, and how really, you have to take it one play at a time. And I try not to think about, what's going on with the media or what's going on with, the score of the game. I just try to take it one play at a time, and I try to give that to the players. One play at a time. Give them, got one thing to worry about. So I try not to, get a million things going on in my mind. I try to, compartmentalize and deal with one thing at a time, whether it's something at home or something, a meeting or a practice or a walkthrough or whatever we're doing for that day. That's kind of how I approach it, one at a time. And, that's worked for me. Okay. Waiting on any other questions. Okay, so this one's from Shroom Lake, New York. As a leader, how do you bring your team together? How do we bring the team together? And I don't say I, because it's definitely a group effort. I think when in football, when you have a lot of guys, you have this group, there's 53 guys on the roster, 10 guys on the practice squad. I think it's through practice, it's through sitting in meetings together. It's through kind of going through the grind of, working hard in the off season, that's kind of when you pull a team together. I think there's a learning process over the first, that first part of the season, through the middle to the end, where you kind of grow as a team. And we do it a bunch of different ways. Sometimes, we go out together as a group, go bowling as a team. I think individual groups, they kind of go together, go to lunch or dinner together. I think as a staff, coaching staff, we do things together, and then, we kind of bring it all together. Every year it's different. There's always different dynamics to the team, different, different types of players, different type of relationships that are built. And we just try to bring it all together. It's not easy. But I think in the end, if you have a group of guys who are all putting the team first and trying to do what's best for the team, it really comes together pretty well. So I think just want to thank everyone for joining us today. This is definitely, I really, really love kind of talking to you guys. I know we have some viewers from, some from Louisiana, from, other parts of New York. I just want to thank you guys for, kind of listening to, a little bit I had to talk about here on leadership. It was a pleasure, seeing you guys, and, hopefully, I get to see you guys again soon. All right. All the best.